Hey, you're about to listen to Richie's Talk Zone, a podcast where we talk about everything basically about life and its happenings. I'm your anchor, Richie. Do stay tuned. Hello to you, my beautiful and handsome listener. Woo! I'm so gassed up to be speaking to you guys right about now. Last week was a really tough one for me. Work stress coupled with my illness. I wasn't able to record an episode for you guys. I'm so sorry. And a big shout out, big thank you to everyone that sent me a message wishing me well. I say a big thank you to you guys. I really felt the love. Yes, I am back with another fresh episode for your ears. Yes. And I gave a hint last 2 weeks. What are we going to be talking about? We're going to be talking about feminism. Yes, that's a very controversial topic to discuss. Because if you don't speak about feminism, or if you don't come at the right or from the right angle, you're going to be having some people clamping down your necks. Yeah, some people are going to be clamping down your neck. So first of all, I've been hearing so many things about feminists and the rest. I could see that as the day goes by, feminism goes way more south. It's turning into something else. I really must confess is the main purpose of feminism is being deviated, honestly. So first of all, the word feminism was coined in the 19th century by a French philosopher and socialist named Charles Fourier. But while feminists all seek equality between the sexes across political, social, and cultural spheres, there is no one type of feminism. Yes, guys, there is no one type of feminism because it comes from different angles and everyone has a different approach about him or her being a feminist. Yes, so me being a feminist, I can come from the angle of women being brutalized. I can come from the angle of women not being allowed to attain certain political heights, or there's so many ways people say they are feminists about, you understand. So the first wave of feminism fought for women to be able to vote and own property. Yes, that was in the late 19th century. So in the late 19th and 20th century, women often needed male guardians to transact business on their behalf. Really. So women didn't have the full right, or didn't have the freelance to be able to transact some certain businesses by themselves. They needed a male guardian. So I'm thinking about a situation whereby your male guardian is actually an idiot or doesn't know how to transact business. That means you will be at the loss and you don't have anything to say because that's the law and that's what people see. So I'm really glad we women got the chance to come from that. So I'm really glad. So some feminists are beginning to get real ruthless in their dealings, and so they see men as a threat at every point in time. Why do you see men as a threat? Men aren't the threat. Whether you like it or not, some men are out there speaking or fighting for women day in, day out. So why are we seeing men as threats? That is not the case. That is not why feminism started in the first place. Yes, feminism is for what? Gender equality. And what are the genders we have? Male and female. So we want to have a kind of a synergy, or kind of a neutral ground, or have a linear scale between men and women. So each sex should have an equality. But now some feminists are putting it in a way whereby they are actually scraping the male sex and leaving only the female sex, which is totally against what feminism is. Yes, it's totally against what feminism is. You're really turning it into a whole different thing, and it's really bad, because a wrong picture is being portrayed on what feminism is. Men shouldn't be seen as the problem. They should take a pause to actually see men as a solution. Yes, in this fight for gender equality, men need to be involved. Yes, men of importance, men of affluence, important men need to be involved in this matter. Yes, because you can't be able to achieve, or you can't be able to win this fight if you are taking up all the stress or all the load alone. You will need to involve men in it, because men are concerned about the women gender. So should the women gender be also concerned about the male gender. It's really getting confusing here. Honestly, it's really getting confusing. We have some women that are so feminist that they say they don't even want to get married any longer. They call themselves independent women, blah blah blah. Whoa, that's a wrong turn. That's a wrong turn. My opinion, it's a very wrong turn. Men need to be involved, and it needs to be involved from the early stage, from the get-go. That's right from our schools. Or from where we're taught, from our churches, from our mosques, from everywhere. So you're being told as a male that, hey, don't hit a lady, don't do this to a lady, don't do that to a lady. Yes, it sticks in the subconscious. Whether you like it or not, all the men that are beating people or beating females today, or doing whatnot, or anybody that is doing any wrong thing, had an orientation. It started from somewhere. They didn't just wake up and start doing that thing. It started from somewhere. Yes, they had an orientation. So if we fix that from the grassroots, if we implant that in the kids' minds, they tend to grow up to follow that path. But if it's not implemented early, that is where there's a problem. Yes. So I even heard about a story in the Dominican Republic where some men brutalize their women because the women go abroad, go and hustle or get jobs there, and come back to come and fend for their families. And men, we have that kind of ego. We always want to be seen as the head, which is the status quo. We always want to be seen as the head. So the men started to feel insecure and started brutalizing their women. But I'm glad a stop was put to that quickly. So when we're talking about gender equality also benefits men, and gender inequality not only affects women but affects men too. Take a look at this. Men die younger than women. They are not in touch with their They are often not in touch with their emotions. They are often not in touch with their children as well. And know it that men are also feminists nowadays. There are campaigns and foundations out there like the United Nations He for She campaign that gets men to sign up in support of women's rights. Some women advocacy groups tend to exaggerate the plight of Venus and ignore the troubles of Mars. Yes, Venus being the women and Mars being the men. There's always this picture painted of women being cheated of their salaries or are more prone to domestic violence attacks. But hey, let's be factual here. There are some scenarios where women are faring much better than men. It is overwhelmingly men who do the dirty, dangerous work of building roads, pouring concrete, laying bricks, tarring roofs, hanging electric wires, excavating natural gases and sewage lines, cutting and clearing trees and bulldozing. So many more. I can go on and on. Aside the men mentioned on the Forbes Fortune 500 list, CEOs, what about the unfortunate quote-unquote men out there? Yes, not all men are listed on the 500 CEOs on Forbes list. So what about the other men? So alongside male salaries, perhaps some mention should be made of male sacrifices. Yes, the percentage of incarcerated men are more than women, even if both commit the same crime and have the same crime record. Men still receive higher sentences than the women. Let's look at the army, the police force. Men are still many. It's male dominant. A woman's average life expectancy is 5 years longer than men. We have so many activists out there promoting gender resentment, not feminism. Men and women are not to be two opposing teams competing for some trophy. We should be one, joined together. We see a breed of feminists named or tagged the elite feminists who are turning this thing into another. They're turning this thing way south. So in my own opinion, if you call yourself a feminist and you are not fulfilling the core definition of feminism, which is equality of sexes, freedom from oppression, and gender equality, I don't see you as a feminist. I just see you as a hater, a male hater. Yes. I know so many of you guys out there will be having some comments or be having some reservations towards this particular topic. I'll be so excited if you could share them with me. I'll be dropping my WhatsApp number. I'll be dropping a link on my Spotify or my Google podcast, so you can just pick up my number, send me a voice recording of whatever you feel I might have said, or an addition, a comment, a question. Please feel free to share with me so we can all share. I am ever ready to learn. I would love to hear from you, and also let the whole world hear your voice as well. All my listeners will hear your voice about what you have to say about this feminism going south. Feminism is turning into a different thing, I must confess, and you would agree with me. It's turning into a whole different thing. So guys, I would like to hear from you. We're going to have a part 2 of this episode because there's a whole lot that needs to be said about this particular topic here. So next week or anytime I drop the episode, because I hope I'll be dropping another episode right after this episode as well. I'll be dropping it back to back over the week. I'm not going to wait till the weekend any longer, so I'll be dropping it back. So we're going to be delving deep into this matter of feminism. Please guys, send in your voice notes, send in your messages, send in your comments in the comment section. I'll be so happy to hear from you. Thank you so much guys for listening to me. I remain your host, Richie, and see you on the next episode of Richie's Talk Zone. Peace out.